The Samsung Galaxy A5 is a bold new direction for Samsung and is surrounded by its two siblings, the A3, which is already hitting shops, and the A7, which will be arriving later this year. The great thing about the A-series phones is that they take what Samsung has learned from the Alpha and create a more affordable handset that doesn't compromise on quality. In terms of spec, the phone is strictly mid-range. That's not a bad thing though, especially as Samsung has managed to maintain the correct balance. The screen, for example, is a 720 by 1280 OLED, although for a 5-inch phone that's quite modest. It means that the battery can be smaller and the processor less powerful, all without affecting the speed of the phone too badly. In terms of hardware, you get 2 gigs of RAM and a quad-core processor running at 1.2 GHz. There's 16 gigs of storage too, along with the option to upgrade via the microSD port. Another advantage of the modest screen is that the battery life is also good. You should see a full day of use from this funky little phone, and frugal users might even see more than that. If you find yourself running very low on juice, you can turn on Samsung's ultra power saving mode, which turns the screen black and white while shutting down most of the phone's features. This leaves you with an emergency phone, the ability to text, and the choice of using a couple of other apps. These, interestingly, can include Facebook, Twitter, and WhatsApp, a pretty good selection. The camera at 13 megapixels is pretty reasonable. Outdoor shots and those with plenty of light look good, but we aren't massive fans of the HDR mode, which we don't feel adds a huge amount to the photos. The A5 also has 4G support too, which is becoming essential as we move towards lots of support for ultra-fast mobile networks. If you're not a 4G customer yet, it still makes sense to make sure your next phone supports it, so you can switch over and take advantage of the next generation network. At this price point, about £20 short of £300, you won't find many handsets that offer this level of attention to detail in hardware design. The metal makes this phone feel like a high-end handset, not a budget one, and Samsung's clever use of components mean that it's fast enough while keeping the price at an affordable rate. If you're on a budget and want to spend half what the high-end phones cost, then we think you can't go far wrong with the A5. The camera is perhaps not the greatest, and we do miss some of the extra features though.